It's a retro classic, but we should be eating more of it. We're making my chicken Kiev. Now, I've got such fond memories of homemade chicken Kievs when I was a kid. And just think of it, if you're not familiar with chicken Kiev, inside of this chicken that we will wrap around it is this garlic herb butter. And on the outside, we've got this beautiful crust. It is just glorious. And when you cut into it at the end, you will see one of the best things ever. So to get started, we're gonna make our garlic herb butter, which is really simple. Into a bowl, I'm gonna place in some finely chopped up garlic, and I'm gonna sprinkle it with some salt. And I'm just using the back of the spoon, I'm just pressing down on that garlic. I'm just mashing it around there a little bit. I don't want the garlic to be completely pureed, if you like, and ground. I do want chunks of garlic in there, and the salt will help break down and release more of that garlic flavor, which is gonna help infuse our butter. So add in the softened butter and make sure it's unsalted as well, because we're seasoning everything as we go. Next, I'm adding in some flat leaf parsley that I've finely chopped up. I have got parsley growing like weeds in my garden, so I love using it any chance I get. I love fresh parsley. And what you do when you finally chop it is you'll see that the parsley starts to let out this juice, this green juice, and that's all flavor, and we want that, but that's also gonna color our butter as well. The butter's gonna turn just a slight tinge of green, which is what we're after. Using a fork, mix it all together, combine it really, really well, and then get some cling film and just place it on there, roll it up, tighten it up a little bit into a ball, and place it into the freezer for about 10 minutes. We just want it to harden up a little bit. If you're making this ahead of time, you can put this in the fridge as well. It'll be fine in there, it'll start to harden up. What we're gonna do now is start on our chicken breasts. Now I've got chicken breasts here with the fat cut off it. The tenderloin is removed. If that tenderloin is on the bottom, make sure that's gone. And a bit like I showed you in the chicken parmigiana video that I made, you just want to slice the chicken breast almost to the end and just bring that knife down, and then you just open it up like you're butterflying the chicken. Now I'm doing this on a layer of cling film, and I'm going to put another layer of cling film over the top. I'm going to use a meat mallet, the smooth side obviously, and I'm just going to hit that chicken and make it nice and thin and spread it out. And a little tip here, when you're using the meat mallet, instead of just hitting it down and going straight down, give it a forward motion, because you're actually hitting it out and making it going out, rather than just making a big dip and then it's not getting evenly spread on the sides. Now don't worry about if it sort of looks disjointed and there's bits there and it's all out of shape. It doesn't matter, because we're going to fix that up when we start to roll up our chicken. Now in the center of the chicken, I'm gonna place that butter. I'm just gonna mound it up there, and then I'm going to fold the chicken over the top and just keep putting those chicken flaps over there, keep wrapping it up until you've got a nice round ball. And then again underneath, I put it between some cling film, and then I wrap it up and I twist each side, so I end up with a nice tight round ball. So you'll have the top of the chicken breast, you'll have the underneath where we've moved everything and sort of tucked everything in with that butter. And then I'm gonna place them into the freezer for at least an hour. And what this will do is it will not only firm up the butter inside that chicken again, but it will also help shape the chicken Kiev and keep that shape as well. So while the chicken is in the freezer, you want to prep your breading station, and it's very, very simple. We've got some plain flour with some salt through it, egg wash, which is just a couple of eggs and a dash of milk. And then for the crumb mixture, I'm using panko breadcrumbs. Now, I've used normal breadcrumbs in the past, but I find the crunch coating with the panko crumb is just sensational. I know they're a little bit more expensive. If you can't get your hands on them, normal breadcrumbs, try to use fresh breadcrumbs, will work just as fine. So it's been an hour, and now I'm going to place our chicken in the flour, coat it on all sides, then into the egg wash, and again, all sides, very important, and then finally coat it in that panko crumb. Now, if you're after a thicker crumb, you can repeat this process once again and go through and double dip and get a double coat if you want. That's what you're after, this complete seal on the bottom. Almost looks like it's manufactured and it's been in the shops and someone's done it on a machine. It's nice and flat and smooth on the bottom. It's got that nice round shape, and there's no chance of anything leaking out during the cooking process. So we cook it two ways. First of all, we cook it in some oil. We deep fry it. So bring the oil up to about 180 degrees or 350 Fahrenheit, and I just drop the chicken down, and I want a nice golden coating on the outside. Now this step, what the deep frying does, it actually seals everything on the outside. A bit like what we did in the freezer where everything just sort of sets nicely, the deep frying element does the same thing and gives us that beautiful color and that real crunch to it as well. So bring them out, put them on some paper towel, and then I place them on a baking tray or a baking dish, and then pop them into a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit. Now, depending on the size, mine are sort of a medium-sized chicken breast. I cook these for 20 to 25 minutes. Now, whatever you do, don't stick a probe in it, don't check the temperature of the chicken, anything like that, because if you stick a hole in it, that butter is just gonna come oozing straight out and the whole dish is ruined. So between 20 and 25 minutes, as I said, bring them out and leave them to rest. I keep saying this, the most important part of cooking anything is just leaving it to rest. Leave it to rest for 5 to 7 minutes on the bench, and all those juices will contract. That butter inside will just be waiting to come out. And there you have it. Look at that. It is a thing of beauty. You can serve it with a salad, you can serve it with chips, you can serve it with anything you want, really, mash. But by itself, it is truly a stunning dish. And then it gets even better when you cut straight into it. Have a look at that butter, it just bursts out. And then you've created this beautiful garlic butter parsley sauce that is gonna go so well with the chicken. And that crumb is just gorgeous. So the textures are there, the flavors are there, everything is so beautiful. And I guarantee you, it is better, 100 times better than anything you'll get out of the box pre-made. So please give this recipe a try. It is sensational. If you're after the recipe, the link is in the description on my website. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your family and friends, and I hope you have an amazing day, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you soon for another recipe.